Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Aquarian Mind podcast. Today's podcast, episode number 25. I'm your host, Jamel Crothers, and today's Mondays with Mello. So it's only fair that I talk about all of the behind the scenes work that, not only that I do, but what everyone else does in pursuit of getting to the ultimate goal. So for me, I always say that I don't have dreams, I have goals. So now it's on to the next one. So if you've heard in like previous podcasts, whenever I accomplish something, it's, pretty much on to the next thing that I need to do, on to the next project, or, on to the next process of thinking and, processing, what's going on in my mind. So honestly, the behind the scenes work is always the dark tunnel that we all walk through. It's going to be a dark tunnel for a while. I'm not going to sit here and, tell you that you're going to go through the dark tunnel for maybe 3 months and then all of a sudden the light will shine and then you'll be, jolly and glorious and where you're supposed to be. I always say that there's no overnight success, and I follow that to a T in a nutshell. For me, as a writer and an author, man, listen, when you see people like become number one bestsellers on like their first book, it's like, okay, great. Like, you created a bestseller, on your first book, but can you do that the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth book? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, are you thinking about the moment now, or are you thinking about the longevity of being an author and being a writer? You know what I'm saying? So for me, I've been fortunate enough to reach, the top of, lists briefly, like top 10, like 2 of my books. But, for me, being 5 years into it and 28 books as I speak, I would love if like a large percentage of my books were bestsellers. I already know that like having bestsellers for every single book, that's not even like possible and feasible, to be brutally honest. And I'm not just saying that, to shortcome my goals and what I'm trying to get to, but I don't realistically, think about like every single book that I write becomes a bestseller. Like that's just not, how I think. So back to this whole dark tunnel, like there really sometimes seems like there is going to be no sign of light, and sometimes you'll get glimpses of light, but you're not really at the end of the tunnel. So what I say is that you always have to remember that there's an ultimate goal, and that you can't stop until you achieve that goal, whatever it is. My goals are different than yours. So what I will tell you is have a list of goals for the week, the month, and the year. Now your goals are going to change from month to month. That's a given. But if you set like 5 big goals for the year, however many you want to do, but I try to at least set 5 big goals for the year. As you go through the year, you will see like your progression. Now back to this whole behind the scenes work. So I'm going to keep it 100 with you. Most people really don't care about the behind the scenes work that you're doing, right? But obviously they want to be there when you achieve, the bigger goal and the lights are shining on you and they want to congratulate you. Look, I'm someone that's not with the fakeness. So I'm not someone that will post something on social media for attention. It's more of, I'm posting it because it's saying, hey, look, I'm busting my butt, so are you busting yours? That's basically what I'm really trying to get at. People don't really understand that. And a lot of people go, oh, congratulations, Jamel. Oh, congratulations, Melo. And I'm just like, oh my goodness. Like, do you people like not understand what my purpose is for posting it? And I literally put in descriptions, I'm not posting this for accolades. I'm not posting this for congratulatory messages. And obviously people just do not read that. And I get annoyed when I get those comments. Oh, congratulations. It's just like, I don't need your congratulatory messages. I need you to repost something. I need you to go support something. I need you to listen to a podcast or read a blog or buy a book or whatever it is. Whatever free content, great. Share it on your page, whatever the case is. But it's easy to like and keep scrolling, right? So what I say is be careful with those people, because they'll act like they care at the end of the tunnel, and they weren't there when you were going through that grind process. So when you're grinding and you're going through the trenches, like, be wary of, the people who aren't really asking how you're doing or asking how you're going about things or whatever the case is. People really aren't checking up on you. You know what I'm saying? So, what I say about the social media stuff is like, people liking and commenting, that really isn't supporting you. People don't understand that reposting your content makes a huge difference. So for me, I try to go out of my way to support people that are really trying to do the right thing. And a lot of people are like younger than me or closer to my age. So those are the people that I'm going to go out of my way to support, especially if I can feel, see, and understand their vision. So to be brutally honest, like, I'm not the person that's going to sit on social media and like try to sell you my books or try to like sell you on my clothing line or anything like that. I don't even do that on here on this podcast. For me, it's just, this is my life. This is what goes on in my mind. This is me as an author. This is my transparency. These are my struggles. These are, the things that I go through. And it's just getting everyone that listens to, understand that it's all a grind. This is a long journey. And that's why I have Mondays with Mello, which gets you inside of my mind a little bit. And then Wednesdays is, I'm going to try to motivate you and inspire you to, get off your butt and go do work. And then Friday, if, you want to like listen to, what, goes into me writing these books, then so be it. So that's just, how my mindset is. Now, as far as, the behind the scenes work that, we all do as entrepreneurs, no one really like fully understands the work that is being done, and, when you achieve that ultimate goal that you're trying to accomplish, it's, a lot of stuff just becomes easier, because you've spent so much time working on your craft and preparing for that exact moment to where you achieved what you wanted, and I'm getting to a place where I'm not publicizing everything that I'm working on. Like, I will share stuff here and there on Instagram and my stories, but I don't go full-fledged into like, I am working on my podcast, I'm working on my blogs, I'm working on revamping my YouTube channel. I'm not, talking about like all the books that I plan on writing. Like, I share bits and pieces because in actuality, nobody really cares. It's sad to say. And I'm saying the people that know you personally. I'm not saying the people that, are new to like learning about you and who you are. Sometimes it takes people to like build that rapport and go, oh, okay, I see what that person's doing. All right. And then they can kind of gauge, what you're about, and then take the necessary steps in, supporting you, right? So sometimes you really do have to keep quiet with certain things before you release them to the world, because sometimes people will put a damper on anything and everything that you're trying to do. So that's just, keeping things in perspective. So, at the end of the day, in regards to my writing, I'm just trying to bring the poetry, prose writing back to the forefront a little bit. Trying to impact people. I'm trying to bring forth discussions on a lot of these social issues that we continually sweep under the rug. And honestly, to keep it really honest, like, no one knew a single thing about me until I was 33. And I'm 38 as I, record this. So, no one really knew, like, all the writing that I did for 20 years before I published a book. You know what I mean? So for people to assume that they like know you, they really, really don't. Right? So for me, I've had a very interesting relationship with my writing. I will say that I've had a love-hate relationship with my writing for about 15 to 17 years. And then I got to a place where it's like, okay, I can utilize my talents and abilities to storytell and share a lot of things that go on in my mind, because I write these books because a lot of social issues that go on in this world, they concern me. So not only am I just writing the books, I'm trying to figure out ways to do more, because there's always opportunities to do more in our communities and in our cities and states and countries, right? So what I will say is once you figured out your purpose in life, just make sure that you continue to work at your craft and work tirelessly until you really, really, really can't do anything else with it, So, your passion should really push you daily, and I'm not saying go at it 24/7, 365. I take breaks, because I have so much content out now. I take a little bit more of breaks, to give my mind a chance to recuperate. And now I, spend more time exercising. I spend more time, at the gym and riding my bike and, just doing different things to get my mind off of pretty much everything that I have to do or need to do. Right? So, at the end of the day, I want you guys to understand that people aren't going to fully invest into you until you are, known, let's just say, in your industry, whatever that industry is. So keep at it, don't stop, and know that you gotta do it for a few years before you really start to see the results. So yeah, you're gonna have to grind a little bit with working full time and doing what you're passionate about on the side and things of that nature. So just don't sell yourself short of what you really want to achieve in life. So I'm the guy that's just as tired as you. End of my work days and the end of my work weeks, I literally want to be lazy, but sometimes I know that I have to push myself just a little bit. And I always say that you don't have to work 5 hours every day. Some days can be 30 minutes, some days can be an hour. It all gets you to where you need to be as far as what your end goal is. So that's pretty much, what I really wanted to get out today. And I thank you for listening. I hope your weekends were good. And obviously on Wednesdays, I'm going to have something new as far as, some sort of motivation. And Friday will be some book insight into, the Cold Blue series. So with that said, that's my podcast for today. Have a good week, everyone. Be good, everyone. And go and accomplish your goals.